What's good? It's your boy CJ Goodfellow. We back with the Boxing Clinic. Y'all know what it is. Most active channel, boxing sports wise. It's me, CJ Goodfellow, in the Boxing Clinic. And wouldn't be active if you guys didn't support the channel, support the page. Definitely appreciate it, man. And just got a food for thought video real quick. And a couple more videos I'm gonna drop before I go to sleep tonight. And tuck in real tight, cold weather out here in Michigan. But I just want to know why boxers are not held to the same standard. I mean, some boxers are asked to go beyond the call of duty, beyond their weight, and they take chances. But there's other boxers that get a pass, and I'm not saying that it's it's racially motivated, but sometimes it can be, and when certain guys do take the initiative to move up and take risks in the sport of boxing, they're clown, they seen as crazy, and us boxing fans ask for guys to take risks like that. They ask for the fights, the fights that you want to see, not necessarily moving up, moving down, but sometimes in our own division, excuse me. And, when they get those fights, as far as Andre Ward when he stepped up versus Kovalev, coming off a long layoff, he had a few tune-ups, and he took on the big bad Kovalev, and beat him twice. And it's still people that find ways to try to spin it and try to take that away from him. And boxing fans are fickle. I understand that. We can just never agree on somebody got whooped. It got to be an excuse. Oh, he was sick. Oh, you know what? He had trouble making weight. Especially it don't help when a boxer make excuses like Lemieux made with Billy Joe Saunders. Oh, I hurt my arm, he ran all night. And the boxing fans that truly believe that, You look at Floyd Mayweather. This is a guy that jumped up, 5 weight classes to be exact. 30, 35, 40, 47, 54, He really did his thing. At 40 years old, there's still people that want him to jump up to 160 one more time. At 40 years old, to fight Gennady Golovkin. But those same people didn't want Gennady Golovkin to move up 8 pounds to face Andre Ward. And they said, oh, he's too small. Golovkin got to clean out the middleweight division. It was so many excuses. But when it was Floyd time, Floyd said this, and, he said he TBE, so he got to move up. Or Triple G wouldn't have moved down. I mean, what more does Floyd have to prove? He moved up 5 weight classes. Trumped them all. Golovkin moved up not 1 weight class, and he's only 5 years Floyd Mayweather's junior. Take a look at that for a minute. Same people that saying Vasily Lomachenko don't have to move up. Take your time. At the end of the day, he's 30 years old. By the time Floyd was 30, moved up a few times already. And Lomachenko moved up twice, but we physically see he has a physical advantage over the other super featherweights. And it's not like he has the motivation or the motive to unify and become undisputed champion. Then I could respect that. But his promoter don't work with other promoters. And that's not his aim. He's getting praised for fighting small guys. Guys that was 126 pounders. Featherweights. Not the Santa Cruzes. Not a rematch with Gary Russell. Not Oscar Valdez. We're talking about Miguel Moraga, who came off a loss versus Oscar Valdez. We talking about Jason Sosa, a guy who had 4 or 5 amateur fights or something like that. 122-pounder bantamweight. Super bantamweight. Guillermo Rigondeaux. Rigondeaux took a risk and moved up twice. If you like the result or not like the result. So why is it so hard to ask Vasily Lomachenko to move up to 135 pounds to take a risk of trying to, dominate new competition in Easter Junior and Jorge Linares and Mikey Garcia? Why is it so hard for people to say, oh, why not fight Pacquiao at a catchweight of 137? If he's as great as people say he is, he has all these amateur fights. What size? And he's already physically big for 130. And you look at a guy like Jamal Charlo, a guy that was an IBF champion, fought Austin Trout, fought Julian J. Rock, a guy that moved up the ranks and deserved to be fighting for that IBF championship. It wasn't given to him. He earned it the hard way. He got knocked out the hard way, but he earned it. A guy that was gifted an opportunity to go to 160 and fought Jorge Sebastian Highland to be number 1 WBC. And people say, oh, and he calls out Golovkin. I want to fight Golovkin. Then the same people that said that people didn't call Golovkin, people scared of Golovkin, they blatantly forgot Andre Ward. They blatantly forgot Arislandi Lara. They blatantly forgot Demetrius Andrade, even though we know he a joke. At this point, we didn't know he was a joke back then. They blatantly disrespect or clown Jamal Charlo for calling out Triple G and being mandatory. You know, but all the other times, Triple G got to find his mandatory. Triple G got to find his mandatory, right? But when Jamal Charlo, oh, what has he done? He ain't did nothing. You see how boxing fans are? You know, they very, very fickle. They very, very wishy-washy. You know, you say you want somebody to fight Triple G. What has he done to earn it? What did Triple G do to earn a WBC 160-pound belt? It was handed to him. What did he do to earn the WBA belt? He fought a guy in Germany that nobody knows and has done nothing since to get that belt. You know, the IBF belt, he beat Dave Lemieux. We see he wasn't nothing. And his own trainer downplayed Dave Lemieux versus Billy Joe Saunders. So, what about your guy? I mean, at the end of the day, he didn't beat any great champions. What Hall of Famers is Triple G beating? You know, but you don't hear people nitpicking his resume like they nitpick Jamal Charlo's. Like I said, people can never call it 100. I'm a 100 channel. I don't have nothing against nobody. But when the double standard start kicking in, I kick in. I had to start. And then the excuses they make for these guys when they lose, like Kovalev and these other guys that go out here and lose, and they got to come up with these excuses of why he lost. Oh, you know, he got low blood. Oh, you know, he had a vodka drink. It's always something to try to turn the steam off or roll the heat off why they got lost. Guys are other guys, Rigondeaux, Mayweather, Charlo. They want them to jump up and be great. What about the guys?